Hello everyone. This is Christy Grace Untainted Truth, and hmm, it's been quite a busy month for me. And I just want to appreciate God for everything that He's done and for all that I still am. It is nothing but His grace and His mercy. And the one thing that I've learned is I keep on moving from one place to the next, growing up as a person, as an individual, and being located in a certain institution, in a certain environment, in a certain province. Everything carries a different atmosphere. So where I was, there was an offer to say, if you wanna go see the stars and you wanna watch and know what it really is happening up there, you're more than welcome. So my curiosity got the best of me. I said, let me go and see and hear what is it that they have to say. You know, I did physics as my major subject. Sorry about that. And in my work with physics, it's been quite an interesting journey because I also have my own fair share of work with my God. And over the past decades, it has been known to those two to be quite very contradictory to each other. As in that, apparently it's seemingly that you cannot be a scientist and be a fully believer of God and His works, because somehow science has answers for everything. But if you were a scientist and a child of God, one should be able to differentiate where science comes into play and where God comes into play. And I always tell people that with me it's a different case. I'm a different scientist altogether. Why? Because I know where science begins and I know where science ends. And I know where God began with me and where He has never ended to this day. So I'm that scientist who's a very strong believer of miracles, signs and wonders and God. So you cannot separate me and tell me science is and God is not. Because science tells us that there were particles that collided and the stars, their existence, whatever years, billions prior. But the Bible in the book of Genesis says, in the beginning God created. Meaning that they have the ability or the capacity to see in a certain level of realm in the spirit, not rather in the spirit, in the atmosphere, certain cosmos which they cannot go beyond as a human. That is where they end. And them being able to give description of what is it that they see kind of somehow gives them boldness and the courage to say, this is it. This is where it started. But the Bible says in the heavens of heavens. So there's a heaven. There's a heaven above heaven. So I'm a firm believer because there's no way science can explain everything. To this day, we are very well aware of certain occurrences, natural disasters that they try to explain so much. That the more they try to explain, the more they try to expose themselves that, you know what, you don't really know what is happening here. Whatever it is that you're saying, if you're a spirit man and you know there's a spirit that dwells inside this body, you know you cannot explain everything. To this day, they're still trying to conjure and manipulate the birthing of a child. How is it that an egg and a sperm can combine to form a human being? Of which it's something that is still a puzzle to them. They cannot really figure out how is it that that transition really takes place. And these are the people that are still telling you that, you know what, we know what is happening out there. Every phenomena, we can explain it. But there are certain things they are failing to acknowledge that, you know what, this is beyond my capacity. And you've done yourself a great disservice if really you are going to follow along that path without wondering why is it that you cannot explain that. Because it means that there is a higher deity that actually gets things done without your consent, whether you like it or not. It is gonna happen. And there has been a lot of things that have been transpiring in this day and age and time that have been written in the Bible, but they try to give the reason behind what is happening. And if you're not aware, you'll be distorted into the very demonic atmosphere. You can be of God, but supporting demonic things. So we ought to be careful in as much as whatever field that we're studying in, knowing where to draw the line. That is something that I've learned so much, and I am still emphasizing on. Know when to draw the line. Know where humanity ends and where God never ends. That is, and it will always be. So through that process, I actually captured quite a number of happenings. So after this, stay tuned. Do not leave. Watch what they have been saying about the stars, how they've been created. And let me know in the comment what you think. And I'm ready to exchange ideas and thoughts. Enjoy.
Planetarium, Zeiss couldn't manufacture a new star projector within 1 year. Right, so eventually it was upgraded from a Mark II to a Mark III star projector, and then came out to South Africa in 1960. Right, and it's done its job through all these years until 2 years ago when we started the upgrade. Okay, so basically what we've done is we've removed, as you can see, we've removed the star projector, we've upgraded astrophysics and research with a mini dome inside to test content. So the whole big thing about this dome is research. People have to be able to do their research in here. It's not just for astronomy shows, and basically, and that's why we went for this system. You can actually bring your laptop, plug it in, and people can then actually do visualization in the dome.
Development of Johannesburg, the city of gold. For over 100 years, Wits has been at the forefront of cutting-edge research and innovation, playing a leading international role in understanding our universe, our planet, our origins, and advancing our society for good. We continue to push the boundaries of science. Increasing our understanding of fundamental physics and exploring some of the most extreme and unusual phenomena in the universe. Our academics and students lead and inspire, raising the South African flag in big science, including projects such as the Large Hadron Collider at CERN. Breaking new ground in light and quantum research, and observing the universe with Earth-sized telescopes, such as the Square Kilometer Array. Looking to the future, we are at the forefront of driving digital transformation. Integrating digital technology into all areas of healthcare, research, industry, and society. Fundamentally changing how we operate and the technology-driven skills that our ethical graduates take into the world. This journey of exploration and discovery echoes South Africa's pioneering spirit. Over 60 years ago, the first full-sized planetarium in Africa was built here at Wits. now reimagined as a state-of-the-art interactive digital dome. It stands as a symbol of progress, seamlessly bridging discoveries from the depths of the Earth to the farthest reaches of the cosmos. This partnership between Wits University and Anglo-American reflects a shared vision for South Africa, a commitment to education, technology, and sustainable growth. Together, we've transformed this iconic space into a center of learning and innovation, empowering South Africa's future generations. The Wits Anglo-American Digital Dome bridges the vital role of mining in modern life, from clean energy and artificial intelligence. The Digital Dome will serve as a meeting place for multidisciplinary research in the sciences, engineering, humanities, health, and the digital arts. It will broaden and deepen the reach that Wits has within the Johannesburg community, providing a whole new world of possibilities when it comes to entertainment and education. Together, we inspire each other to create a better future for all. Re a leboga. We say Dankie. Siyabulela. As one, we celebrate the knowledge that drives today's inventions, honor the sacrifices that paved our path, and share the resources that fuel our vision of infinite possibilities. Wits University and Anglo-American, building a future for South Africa for good.